Because we have a certain belief that our friends have been telling us, that is their behaviors. How was she raised? Always expecting them to do things for you. Who are you? It's a way of you understanding what everyone needs in a relationship and trying to compromise everything that everyone is working extra harder for in the relationship. It's never normal. It is not okay. And you need to understand you are a woman fully. Don't judge. Don't go into a conclusion. No, you are the problem. You entertain that. She doesn't respect you. Fine. When did you start to entertain that? If you want a woman to do something for you in the relationship, do you always ask her, hold on? Getting respect from a woman takes a lot. But if she respected you from the word go and suddenly she changes, then there is something wrong in the relationship. It's either she is the problem or you are the problem. Respect is the key in the relationship. One thing that I have always believed with men is a man will always fall in love with a lady who respects him. When you don't respect your man, there is always a high chance the relationship won't work. And this is the problem that you are facing. So are you ready to know why your woman stopped respecting you and what you can do about it? Let's dive in. Just remember, sometimes she doesn't respect you because of what you're doing or what you're not doing. The first thing is being taken for granted. It's either you are being taken for granted or she's being taken for granted. Is she never appreciating you? Taking everything as normal and you need to do them? Do you not always appreciate her when she does everything in the relationship? Tries so hard just to sacrifice so that our relationship can move forward. Do you appreciate her for that, or you take it as normal and she is supposed to do it? You are taking her for granted and she won't really respect you. When you take a lady for granted, she will also start taking you for granted. It is a two-way street. Appreciate her, let her appreciate you. Let her appreciate you, appreciate her. But if we assume we don't appreciate each other, everything that everyone is working extra harder for in the relationship, it's never normal. It is not okay. People are sacrificing. People are working extra harder. A woman will always respect a man who appreciates her. If she is a good woman and she deserves the appreciation, appreciate her. Don't take anyone for granted. Maybe you're not appreciating her. How do you feel when you've been working extra harder for the relationship, always providing for the family, and your woman doesn't appreciate you? You will obviously feel bad. If she shows appreciation, she's making you to have more effort of always working extra harder to get more. You aren't living up to your word. I prefer you do something and then you surprise her than telling her that you will do something in the relationship. You're trying to control her mentality and she will always be expecting that from you. You have told her a lot of things, but you have not done any of that. Most men, they always talk more, but they don't do. Hold on. It is something that every man can control. Don't try to control a woman's mind and show her that you can do something if you cannot do. If you know that you cannot afford certain things, don't always tell her. Understand that women are always wired emotionally, and when you tell them something, they will always be expecting it from you. If you're not sure that it will work out, don't tell her. You rather surprise her. When you're not a man of your word, women will never respect you. They will see you as any other normal guy. Not every man can live to their word. She's also supposed to compromise when something doesn't work out. But do you always promise her something but you don't always end up delivering? Then you have a problem. You need to work on yourself. You're supposed to live by your word. She knows. He just talks to make me feel happy, but he doesn't do it. She doesn't respect you because you are too needy or demanding. If you want a woman to do something for you in the relationship, do you always ask her, hold on? We always need help from our partners, but how do you ask? And do you take it as normal after she has done it? Or do you always expect her to do things for you? And if she needs something from you, how does she always ask? It's a way of you getting to understand each other. Do you appreciate everyone's effort? And if someone is not able to do the things, can you do them? Is she always behind your back to clean your messes? Are you always dropping down a dirty towel, your dirty innerwears? She's being frustrated. That is why she's not respecting you. Understand that women will always respect men who listen to them. Don't pretend that you're listening to her when she's talking to you, but you're watching the TV. Men can never multitask. Pause the news, listen to her keenly, and understand how she feels. When she wants to have a conversation with you, do you always want to run away from the fears that you will end up arguing? Face that. Talk to each other, have respect for each other, and understand her. Try to express your need. Some of the time, you see her as not respecting you because you don't really express your want and your need. Let her vent. We don't want women to vent. We fear when they always disagree with us. But that is how our relationship is built. We are not supposed to always agree on everything. It's a way of you understanding what everyone needs in a relationship and trying to compromise. Does she always need your help, or you just expect her to do everything as she is the woman in the relationship? You have good women in the relationship. She's a lady. When you lose today, you will never get that type of a lady again. Nowadays, we have modern women who have higher expectations from men. So when you meet with a good lady who respects you, trust me, you need to value her. You need to respect her. When you lose that lady, I'm not very sure that you will get another good lady. Women disrespect men because of the behaviors that you give women. Some women are just disrespectful, but we have women who are good. And you need to understand you are a woman fully. Don't judge. Don't go into a conclusion. No, you are the problem. You entertain that. She is the problem. Fine. She doesn't respect you. Fine. When did you start to entertain that? When did you lose her trust? Men don't always pay attention that when you start to lie to a woman, she will always disrespect you. It is the key thing that you should always look at. We always try to blame them as they have changed and they are different human beings. No. Not every woman who doesn't respect you is a bad woman. And not every woman who doesn't respect you is a good woman. We have women who don't respect men, but that is their behaviors. How was she raised? Sometimes we change because of the behaviors that we get from our friends. Because a man is not doing some things in our marriage, but he has been trying so hard to work for that marriage, because we have a certain belief that our friends have been telling us, we now start to complain how men have not been providing in the relationship. And we don't respect them. She's supposed to cook, clean the house, make her food, nurture us, be there for us, and make sure that everything is in order in a relationship. Who are you? And you don't appreciate them. You are always expecting them to do things for you. Who are you? We have good women in our lives, but we are the one who are making them not to respect us. I know I have a fight with men. We have men who have been given good women in their lives, but you take those women for granted. You don't appreciate them. How do you expect that relationship to work? For that relationship to work, it needs a lot, and a human being who is also ready to do that. She doesn't respect you because you don't respect yourself. How do you talk to people? When people don't respect you, do you always entertain that? How do you always respond to your friends when they don't respect you? How do you love yourself? We always want people to love us and care about us, but we don't care about ourselves. We don't love us. Sometimes, for us to get what we want, we need to also give ourselves what we deserve. If someone or your friend starts to disrespect your relationship with your wife, do you have a boundary, or you are always entertaining that to happen? You need to learn that sometimes it is of what happens to our marriages, to our surroundings, and to our wives. What you entertain in your relationship or in your marriage is what makes a woman fall in love with you.